Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good evening. I know it's been some difficult things that happened this week. Coming off of a day later after a shooting and the ramming in the synagogue in Michigan. And so we're all holding... Is that better up there? Okay. Of course. Just saying that with everything that happened in Michigan, with the assailant, the gun assailant, and also ramming a car into the building, we're all on edge. It's all very worrisome for all of us that this is the kind of thing that's happening in the world. And so I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but it's especially important that we're all here together, that we're being Jewish in community, that we're here together, and there are so many other ways as well to be extending our Judaism and strengthening our community. And so it's just, again, really good, an honor to be able to be here and observe Shabbat with all of you. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'd like to invite up Ron Van, a board member, to share the announcements with us. Thanks.
Before I start, it's really great to see everybody here, and nobody's afraid to come to the synagogue for Shabbos. Real important that you showed up. Thank you. Okay, my name is Ron Van, and on behalf of the Bethel Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to Shabbat services. If you're new or visiting, please introduce yourself to me or Rabbi Dime after the service for a warm welcome. We're delighted to celebrate with you. On the 22nd of March, the Sisterhood will be hosting Miriam's Seder, and we'll also have Cantor Lisa Levine. The following Friday, on the 27th of March, we'll have another Tat Shabbat before services with our beloved Mora Jody Klein. April the 2nd, our annual community second night Seder, and everybody's welcome. And this year, Bethel is participating in a Passover food drive for the Holocaust survivors. You would want to check the Shabbat pamphlet for more information. There are flyers in the lobby, and you can also find information on our Tuesday bulletin about all of our Bethel programs and the community-wide events up in the next month. We're thrilled to have you join us. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
So while we have Ron up here, we're going to jump in to lighting the candles and doing the Kiddush, which starts with the candles on page 120, 120. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And now we turn to page 123, 123 for the Kiddush. Here, I'll switch with you. You got it. For sure. Page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikrae kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ava u'ratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Thank you. Thank you, Ron. So, a couple more things as we get started. If you didn't grab one of the pamphlets from the front, please do, because we're going to use it later on in the service. And also, just in case, with everything going on, you haven't yet muted your cell phones, please do take a moment to turn off the ringer. And now, let us turn to page 128, 128, for Maya Hayom. How lovely it is today that we are here to be able to observe Shabbat together. Page 128. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. And now let us turn to page 142, 142, for Shalom Aleichem. Page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now, we turn in our service to page 146, 146, our call to worship. Please rise in body or spirit for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. We turn to page 148, 148. Please join with me. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzebaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Now we turn to page 150, 150. Please join with me. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now we turn to page 152, 152. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the creed of our people, for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. Page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha Leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedushim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Now we turn to page 159, 159. Please join with me. Sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. We are hoping that this Michamocha channels the energy of the approaching Passover. We are gearing up. We are almost there at Passover, so please bring your enthusiasm for Passover to this Michamocha. And we are also hoping to channel some of what we just read, that this Michamocha will also be a song of peace. So that may this energy for Michamocha, for our redemption, also be energy and prayer for peace. Together, page 158, 158. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. And now we turn to page 160, 160, for Hashkivenu. Let's read the English together for this before we get to the song. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We channel that energy in this song. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. We turn to page 162, 162 for the Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. So, it's always good to try new things, to bring in new traditions to our services, and one of them is to share good things that are happening in our lives, to share good things that have happened this week or things that you're looking forward to. And so, I know that it can be difficult on the end of a week with so many difficult things, and I'm not asking you to minimize any of those. But if anyone here has something that you're glad to be celebrating, something in your life, something in one's life that's close to you, something you're looking forward to this next week, I invite you to raise your hand and I'll pass you the mic, and please share with the congregation. Please. Yeah.
I started my gardening today, and I am filling up my yard with all the yellows and the reds and the blues. And that did so much for me. I love to garden, and I finally got back to it with my injury and everything. So I'm very happy.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, Donna.
Well, there's so much. But anyway, speaking of fixing things, it came into my mind. I fixed my garbage disposal myself, and I fixed my Instant Hot by myself, and I fixed my water faucet by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, no. That was a real treat. Anybody else?
Please.
Thank you. Well, I'm Angelica, and my husband Marty. We recently moved to Jack's Beaches and Aquilos too. And the good news we heard yesterday via email is that the east side of the building has been completed, painting, because they were doing a lot of painting, a lot of chemicals. Oh my gosh! But finally, that side is good. So now we are gonna start going shopping for patio furniture since we just moved. So we it's exciting this week. We are going to start going around to get our furniture for our home sweet home for retirement here in Jack's Beaches.
Fantastic.
Very happy to have joined. Thank you. Thank you.
Glad you joined us. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah.
I finally was able to have a procedure done on my spine, and for the first time in about 2.5 years, I am able to stand properly during services, and I am able to walk, and I'm very happy to say that. And Dr. Maggie Garcia rocks.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else have anything they'd like to share? Yeah, please.
Our daughter, Emily, is expecting another baby. It's going to be a little girl at the end of June, so we're really excited about that.
That's amazing. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh, sure.
We come from the temple in Atlanta, and, people always wear shoes to Friday night services, but I'm really impressed that we're all wearing comfortable walking shoes.
It is a good thing to be at the beaches, for sure, for sure. Well, thank you all very much for sharing with everybody here. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate good things. It's wonderful to be able to hear that there is good news and to be able to share that with community, with our family here at Bethel. What's mine? Oh, my parents are in town. It's been an amazing visit. It's been fantastic to have you here. So wonderful to be able to have family in town and visit. So, yeah, it's very good stuff. Very good stuff. So now let us turn in our books with this good energy to page 164, 164, and to rise in body or spirit for the tefillah portion of our service. We'll be on the even-numbered pages from 164 to 170. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Ata Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid Hagashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem emunato lishene afar michamocha ba'al gevurot umido melach melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh shimcha kadosh ukdoshim b'chol yom yehallelu Selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. On the bottom of page 175, 175, please join with me. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. And now we turn to page 177, 177 at the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'olcha na'eh lehodot. And now we turn to page 178, 178, because for all the blessings in our lives and for all the good things in the world, we are still praying for peace. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et u'b'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. And now, having prayed for peace, our thoughts turn to those who are in need of healing, whether it is healing of mind or of body or of spirit. The congregation is thinking for healing tonight of Pearl Levin, Carol Wallace, Carol Solomon, June Van, Rabbi Michael Matchison, Sherry Chait, Larry Michaelov, Fran Marcus, Paige Hedrick, Kathy Weiner, Rob Moreland, Sadie Charlotte Schwartz, Arthur Aglico, Carolyn Boyles, Ken Friedman, Don D'Amelia, Randy Pakula, Ronald Lieberman, Stuart Rosenthal, David Adler, Melvin Cohen, Melanie Nasberg, Mary Ann Brown, Elise Rubin, Margaret Larson, Pepe Perez, Marvin Weisblatt, Bonnie Yales Gibson, all Israeli soldiers injured in the war, all civilians injured in any war, and the guard who was injured yesterday defending those at Temple Israel in Bloomfield, West Bloomfield, Michigan. If there's anyone that has a name here that you would like to share with the community, someone for whom you are praying for healing, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We turn to page 371 in our prayer books, 371. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the Mishabach. Mishabach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all who are ill be surrounded by the love of friends, loving companions, family, and community. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. And now we take a few moments for a silent meditation for the prayers of your heart. Oops. I was going to go into Hatikva. Here we go with Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru Amen. And so, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. All right, still good energy in the room. It's great to hear, great to feel. I'm going to be talking this evening about community and community coming together and what it can accomplish. And I just wanted to note again that I really am proud of all of you for being here. It's an honor to be here with all of you after what happened yesterday with an attack on the Jewish community. We as a Jewish community here are still gathering together. So, the summer after my senior year in high school, I spent time in Israel with a teen trip, and we volunteered, some of us, on a kibbutz. And our job that day on the kibbutz was to clear rocks and weeds so that the kibbutz could plant a garden. Gardening is the theme for the evening. So that was what they wanted to do back then. And so we had to clear rocks and weeds, which sounds relatively easy, but it was harder than it sounded. Those rocks were buried underneath somewhat the earth, and it was hard to get them out, and the weeds had thorns, plus the sun. It was summertime in Israel, so not an easy day, not an easy morning of it. We sweated, we pulled the rocks out of the earth, and we got scratched and dusty and tired. But by the end of the day, the patch of land that we were working on looked completely different. We had what had been rough ground was suddenly ready for planting. A few months later, we heard that that patch of earth became a thriving, beautiful garden. At the time, it just felt like one afternoon, a long afternoon of hard work. But looking back, it taught me something powerful. Sometimes the most meaningful things that we build begin with sweat and tears and scratches by some thorns, metaphorically or literally, depending on what it is you're working on. That image stayed with me, that planting and that doing and that accomplishment stayed with me all these years, and it resonates specifically with this Torah portion, Pekudei, which is the last one in the book of Exodus. When we finish a book in the Torah, we say the following phrase, and we're going to sing a song with it later on tonight, so you'll have a chance to say it together. The phrase is Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek, which means be strong, and let us strengthen one another. That phrase isn't just a ritual. It's not just something we say at the end of each book of the Torah. It's a philosophy of Jewish life. Because Judaism rarely imagines that strength comes from one person alone. Strength is something that we build together. And that message feels especially powerful right now, at this moment, when an armed gunman rammed into a synagogue and opened fire and caused a fire in that building. At this moment, when Israel is at war with Iran and Jews around the world, once again, we included, feel the weight of history pressing upon us, and many of us ask, where do we find strength during this time of challenge? Some find it in prayer, some find it in acts of kindness, and some find it in standing proud as Jews. And some find it exactly like this, praying together as a community, in each other's presence, hearing each other's voices, standing together. When we stand or sit together in the sanctuary, we read the same words our ancestors read over generations. And when tomorrow, studying the Torah, we study those same words that our ancestors have studied for thousands of years. We remind ourselves when we do this that we are part of something larger than just this moment. Empires have risen and fallen. Wars have come and gone, but we are still here. Jews are still here gathering together, being Jewish. That is strength. And that is exactly what Parshat Pekudei is trying to teach us. For weeks, the Torah has described the building of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, the portable sanctuary in the wilderness. People brought gold and silver and copper and special yarns and special wood, all of these materials to build the Mishkan, the tabernacle. And it goes into a lot of detail. But why? Why so much detail? It's because the Torah is trying to teach us something essential. Holiness is in building together. The Mishkan did not come from just one person's effort. It existed because everyone brought something, whether it was materials or skill or leadership or just the willingness to bring. And when that work was finished, when the whole community had contributed, each person in their way, and finished building the Mishkan, finished building the tabernacle, the Torah tells us that God's presence filled that space. In other words, when people build something together and share a purpose, holiness appears among them, and holiness can appear among us in the same way. Our Mishkan, though it may not be built of gold and acacia wood, here at Bethel it's made of people. We are that structure. We are the ingredients, the components that make this place special. It is built, ours is built when we show up for one another, when we learn Torah together, when we support Israel and each other through difficult times. Just take a second to look around this room. Look at the people you're praying with. You've seen each other already when you were speaking, but take another glance around. This, right here, is what Jewish strength looks like. This is community gathering. It's learning, it's praying, it's supporting one another. And that strength, this community strength, helps us not only to face the challenges in the world, it helps us to face quieter challenges that we may have personally. Fear, uncertainty, difficult decisions that are in front of us. When we stand in community, we discover something powerful. We are stronger than we thought. Which brings us back to that kibbutz garden once again. The thriving didn't begin with the flowers. It began by clearing rocks. It began by getting scratched by those thorns, by sweat, and by being under that sun for a long time. And in many ways, that's how meaningful things in life are built. The Israelites building the Mishkan in the wilderness, our community building a synagogue, people working every day, strengthening Israel and the Jewish people. Sometimes the work is hard. Sometimes there are thorns. But the gardens we plant today will bear fruit for future generations. So what does that mean for us this week? What does that work look like? Here are 3 suggestions, 3 simple things that we can do. First, keep showing up. You all already are here showing up. Keep showing up. Keep coming to synagogue, studying Torah, participating in Jewish life. Community is built by people walking through the door. Second, strengthen someone else. Call a friend. Reach out to somebody who is struggling. Offer support where it is needed. And third, live with courage. Take the step that you've been hesitating to take. Make the decision that you've been unsure about. Because when we strengthen one another, we ourselves are strengthened. And when we build together, something sacred happens among us, just as it did in the wilderness. So as we close the book of Exodus tonight and tomorrow morning, let us remember the message that our tradition gives us. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Strength, strength, and let us be strengthened. And let us remember this to take forward in the week ahead. Our strength grows when we strengthen each other. Shabbat shalom, everyone. And now I invite you to turn to page 678, 678, and to rise in body or spirit for Israel's national anthem, Hatikva. Kol od balevav pnima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulfate mizrach kadima, ayin letzion tzofia. Od lo avda tikvatenu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. Liotam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. And now I invite you to turn to page 586, remain standing in body or spirit for the Aleinu at the bottom of 586. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. In nature's ebb and flow, God's eternal law abides. When tears dim our vision or grief clouds our understanding, we often lose sight of God's eternal plan. Yet we know that growth and decay, life and death, all reveal a divine purpose. God, who is our support in the struggles of life, is also our hope in death. We have set God before us and shall not despair. In God's hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Under God's protection we abide, and by God's love we are comforted. O life of our life, soul of our soul, you shine light into our hearts, and fill our spirits with our abiding trust in you. The congregation is holding those whom we have lost, holding those in our hearts that we have lost within the last year. Jim DeArmond, Abe Sleminski, Robert William Forsyth, Phyllis Atkins, Jackie Gould, Coco Radovich, Sue-Ann Blumenthal, Eugene Belkin, Carol Friedman, Martin Horowitz, Grace Belkin, Howard Silvers, Jeanette Greenwald, Lee Schwartz, Ronald Harris Lieberman, Maxine Safer Goldberg, and Gloria Ruiz. And we're also remembering those that we have lost at this time in years past: Leonore Barkan, Samuel Bernstein, Judy Ellikin, Marjorie Roberson, Barbara Rosenman, and Marie Zuckerman. If there is anyone here that has a name that you would like to share with the congregation of someone that you have lost, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. We hold all of their names together as a community. I invite you to turn to page 598, 598, and to rise in body or spirit for the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yom echon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'elam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudusha brichu. Le'ela min ko birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace on high bring comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen. I invite you to turn in your books to the middle page, the one across from the Magen David. It says Chazak, Be Strong by Dan Nichols. The words are very simple, and just join in when you're ready. But it's Chazak, Chazak is be strong, and then the last few words, Venit Chazek, are the end of that phrase, the whole phrase together, and it's be strengthened, that is strengthen each other. I invite you to remain standing in body or spirit, because we're going to go right from here into the priestly benediction. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Awesome, that was strong work, everybody. Strong singing. So we turn to page 603 for the priestly benediction. It is my honor to say and sing over all of you this blessing that comes right out of the Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Shabbat shalom, everyone.